On the screen, blood starts to dance. Tickers run wild like a snake in the grass. Fingers twitch fast, orders thrown in. Dreams on the line, world spinning again. Shots like a maze, my head's on fire. Failure whispers, but I aim higher. Pop test gates trying to shake my pride. Won't stay down, I'll break the tide. Trade the chaos, make it mine. Turn the losses into shine. Grit and sweat, brick by brick. Crack the code and make it stick. Trade the chaos, make it mine. Turn the losses into shine. Grit and sweat, brick by brick. Crack the code and make it stick. Test after test, I'm kissing the edge. Risk and reward, I made my pledge. Futures clash, the screen's alive. Bankroll breathing, it's how I survive. Fear and greed, they speak my name. Fight through shadows, win this game. Strategy tied, I'm locked and loaded. Profit streams, my brain's decoded. Trade the chaos, make it mine. Turn the losses into shine. Grit and sweat, brick by brick. Crack the code and make it stick. Trade the chaos, make it mine. Turn the losses into shine. Grit and sweat, brick by brick. Crack the code and make it stick. Ooh, I'm ready for the bag, man. Like a looking at the tag, man. I'm ready for another tear. We'll keep our stand, get current now. Oh, I'm ready for the bag, man. Like a looking at the tag, man. I'm ready for another tear. We'll keep our stand, get current. Trade the chaos, make it mine. Turn the losses into shine. Grit and sweat, brick by brick. Crack the code and make it stick. Trade the chaos, make it mine. Turn the losses into shine. Grit and sweat, brick by brick. Crack the code and make it stick. Eyes on the screen, blood starts to dance. Tickers run wild like a snake in the grass. Fingers twitch fast, orders thrown in. Dreams on the line, world spinning again. Shots like a maze, my head's on fire. Failure whispers, but I aim higher. Pop test gates trying to shake my pride. Won't stay down, I'll break the tide. Trade the chaos, make it mine. Turn the losses into shine. Grit and sweat, brick by brick. Crack the code and make it stick. Trade the chaos, make it mine. Turn the losses into shine. Grit and sweat, brick by brick. Crack the code and make it stick. Test after test, I'm kissing the edge. Risk and reward, I made my pledge. Futures clash, the screen's alive. Bankroll breathing, it's how I survive. Fear and greed, they speak my name. Fight through shadows, win this game. Strategy tied, I'm locked and loaded. Profit streams, my brain's decoded. Trade the chaos, make it mine. Turn the losses into shine. Grit and sweat, brick by brick. Crack the code and make it stick. Trade the chaos, make it mine. Turn the losses into shine. Grit and sweat, brick by brick. Crack the code and make it stick.
Boris Schlossberg, Managing Director at BK Asset Management.
BK Asset Management's Kathy Lean.
Guys, hello. Everybody give me a shout out. Let me know if you guys are hearing me okay, if the video is good. Let me make sure I'm good on camera. see myself a little bit here. Okay, pretty good. Not too much shading. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna move the camera a little bit too. All right, very good. Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing? Everybody doing well. New banger today. Everybody like the new song? I figured you guys might enjoy this. I made a new banger for the room. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. We are looking at wealth charts. All you wealth charts fanatics who have been asking me for the wealth charts trade. Hey, Sweetwater. Good morning. Good morning, Adam. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Everybody, come on in. Starting a little bit early, but I figured everybody should crawl in here. So yeah, I got, wealth charts is working. Scalper is on wealth charts. We actually got a whole bunch of signals over here that I'm kind of ignoring, but it's fine. I opened up 2 new accounts yesterday, ran them up a little bit overnight trade, and we'll trade them today as normal. Before I start, so anybody who wants the wealth charts experience, right? You need to do this. You need to have this package. Okay. If you don't have this package, I can't give you the wealth charts experience. This is pretty much universal. Even if you're lifetime, I can't do this because it's really a deal that we made with wealth charts. So you want that package? Go ahead. As I said, if you are already BK member, just upgrade up to it. I'll refund you whatever you did on your last charge. So it won't cost you anything. I'll set you up with 3 prop accounts. It can be wealth charts or Tradeovate, whatever you guys want, but use it to your own content. And I will give you everything into this package. But the only way to get all of this is if you do this deal. So I left that link in there. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Enzo. Good morning, everybody. Just starting the room. I'm trading wealth charts today. It's very cool. It's got a huge amount of really key differences. I mean, the BFF indicator is the same. Not much of a difference there. But what's cool is that you can trade 2 separate accounts. First of all, you can trade directly off the chart. So here's the order execution system. Here's the chart. Here's NASDAQ. Here's gold. They're actually in 2 separate accounts. This one should be in 79. Let me set this in 79. So this is 79 account, the 78 account. That means that you can really run 2 separate accounts on the same chart, which is kind of what we're going to do. This will first of all give us a chance to look at 2 instruments at the same time, but also run two trades, so you guys can get more trade ideas from me as we get going. So that's the game plan. How's everybody doing? Goals means business. Yes, for swing traders. Sweetwater says that he's long from Asia overnight. Indeed, you are. I was thinking about you yesterday. It was actually, honestly, I was thinking, okay, so they were playing around with the 390. Then this whole morning, it was really, really quiet. Like, let me go to full chart here on gold. It was really, really quiet, right? Like it was all, and then all of a sudden, boom! I actually walked my daughter to school, came back, and I saw a blast all the way up through the 400. So they really, really took out. This is interesting because what this is kind of showing is that U.S. is following through on the Asia impulse. So for now, obviously gold is a buy on dip story. Although we will play the game. I'm happy to play the turn story as long as we get 3 consecutive red dots. If I don't get 3 consecutive red dots, this is a really good example of where having the patience to find the turn is going to be crucial for us. In the meantime, NAS keeps dripping lower. We actually took out the 1900. Now we took out the 1800. So NAS has been a drip lower. I've been selling NAS all night long. It's been a super easy short trade. But we will we'll see if we get the usual typical. Oops, hang on just one second, guys. I got to refresh this. Okay, if we get the typical consolidation and then a reversal back in New York, I'm not so sure. Nothing really new on charts today. Nothing new on the news today because FOMC is going to be tomorrow. So until we get there, that's going to be the main event of the week. But everybody's still waiting to see any kind of Trump tariff resolution, and until you get that, you're getting a lot of negative pressure on NAS and positive pressure on gold. Like the more we stay. In Germany, right? You're absolutely right. So Germany, I forgot about it, but Germany, not really. I mean, I guess maybe Germany having a spillover here, but Germany is interesting. Germany is really those of you guys who don't know. So Merz, who's supposed to, who won the election, was supposed to. There's supposed to have been just a formality for him to be voted chancellor. They did a secret vote in the Bundestag, and he has like a 326 lead, 326 majority in his coalition, but only 310 people voted for him, which was not enough to make him a chancellor because you need a majority vote. So now they are really stuck, and I think it just goes to show you what kind of a complete pussy he is, and how much he's hated as a politician. Just to remind you, one of the things that he did was he campaigned on he basically stole the idea from AfD that they were going to get a lot tougher on borders and get a lot more stringent on unbridled immigration. And the moment he got elected, he said, "Oh no, we didn't mean any of that." So he deserves everything he gets. But it's interesting because Germany is clearly in a little bit of a turmoil. Generally, if you look at Europe, as I keep saying, it's been a shift towards center right very, very strongly, and I think what you're seeing in America is going to shift there in a big way. And it's going to be interesting to see, because it's going to be a really clash. It's going to be a real clash of policies and politics as we get that way. But for our purposes, we're just going to trade the momentums, because that's all we do. It's all we need. 0.35 second chance. So at 3:15. Today, I thought they were not going to vote today, Nico. Is there a new news that they're going to? I thought they were not going to vote today. Is it today? They're going to do a revote. We'll see. We'll see. So, how are you guys liking the wealth charts? I think it looks pretty good, right? The indicator looks exactly the same. On there, so a couple of things as far as everybody in the room here, and people who are new, say hello to me. Everybody for whom this is like the first day, first week, even first month of the BK experience, hanging out, scalping and day trading with us, say hi. Love to know where you're from, what you're doing, whether you've traded. Let me know, because that's who we run it for. Everybody else in the room already knows the spiel. They don't need to hear anything from me. So say hello to me. I'd love to know what you're doing. Hey, Peter, how are you? Nice to meet you. Are you coming to us from Eastern Europe? It sounds like, are you coming to us from Slovakia, Slovenia, Czech Republic? Edward, how are you? Yes, Edward, thank you for joining. I think Edward, you joined us for the gold course. How can you show the setup on the layout? I can't. I'm going to do a special. Webinar. This is not a time for us to get into the deep weeds of how we're going to do this. This is going to be a special webinar, totally free on YouTube for everybody inside the community. So if you want to know, obviously you can follow us on stream, but also I'll obviously publicize the event on community. We're probably going to do this next week, or maybe I'll do it Friday. I'm not sure if I have time, but there will be like a full webinar, like, hey. I have wealth charts. How do I set up Scalper? How do I get this organized the way Boris has? How do I save all these layouts? All that stuff. I'll go through it all the time. Hey, Magda, nice to have you from South Africa. Czech. See, I knew Peter. Yeah, I was just in Prague this summer. It was an amazing place. Really like my favorite place. I actually think Eastern Europe, like if you guys want to go to Europe this year, much better to go to Eastern Europe than to go to Western Europe. It's a much more interesting, much more fun, much more exciting society to go visit. Going to Western Europe is like going to a dead museum these days. But Eastern Europe is really rocking. Warsaw, Prague, even Budapest, all of them are really cool, really cool. So anyways, I was going to say, I lost my train of thought. So yeah, we're going to do a wealth charts well charts, setup. But, and this is where I want to talk to you a little bit about this again. So coaching is back. Now, coaching is only part of this deal. So if you want this deal, if you want coaching, get this deal. Coaching is going to be back. It's going to be back this Thursday. I'm going to email everybody who got this deal. I'm going to email you the link to brand new coaching. And I had an absolutely revolutionary insight into how to pass your prop tests super fast. It's going to be very controversial, but I'm going to share with you everything that I'm doing. I mean, you're seeing how fast I ramp up on all of these accounts. My own accounts are like my other account is like at 52,500. The other one is at 52,400. I'm like $400 or $500 away from getting funded. And I'm going to tell you the trick of what I'm doing. I think you guys are going to find it really interesting and really insightful in terms of how to get it done. And then we're working about the idea of how to actually get paid out, which is a completely different story. So that's going to be the first subject of summertime prop coaching, or spring summertime prop coaching. So come join me if you want. Here's the link. You can join it, because this will give you the coaching and everything else that you want for free. Hi, Helen. Nice to see you. Nice to see you, Helen. Nice to see you, Magda. Nice to see ladies in the room, man. The best traders in the room here are always the ladies. So it's good to see you guys around. Okay, so what time is it? 9:25. We have basically a small sell here, which we can take. I'm going to take. Now, here's what I want to show you. This is really cool. This is one of the things that I made wealth charts do. Look how easy it is now to set stops and targets, right? With these lines. I'll show you how to set up those lines. So I'm short. Look, negative trend, blue below red, green, a red signal for us on a trend. I'm short over here. Let's see if this trade gets, if we can bank this trade on a very, very small size into NASDAQ. Again, what I said is really cool is that this is one account. This is a separate account. So you can totally separate your trade structure from one to the next. And by the way, this looks like it's going to be a buy signal if this thing closes up. So where are we? Oh, we're almost there. Almost there. Didn't quite limit me. Almost there. And if I want to, I could just flatten out right over here, and boom, I flattened out. Just like TradingView. Well, in and out. Those of you guys who took the trade, you probably got the full P&L done. But look how easy and cool it is to take the trade, set the stops and targets, and get everything going properly. I thought that'd be really, really neat. You guys vibing me on all of this? Let me see. Let me make sure I have this done. BFF trend only. This is correct. Send signal. All right. All good. Oh, this one is definitely going to be a buy signal. Now, the only interesting thing about wealth charts is not going to give you the dot until the close of the candle, versus TradingView, which gives it to you right at the beginning of the candle, or right intra candle. So watch this. It's going to give you a 5 seconds. It's going to give you a dot for a buy, for a green dot for a buy trade. Boom. I'm long buy now. So now I'm long this trade. I'm going to put my sell stop right underneath here. I'm going to put my limit pretty much right over here. Let's see if we can get that done. So my stops over here. Now this is, obviously very, very exhaustive to the upside. So maybe this trade works, maybe it doesn't. But we're trading trend, continuity until we get a legitimate reversal signal. I'm trading very, very small just to give you guys a vibe of of the execution. And then once you guys all get comfortable, we'll trade a little bit larger size. Hello, Abdul. Gaming. Are you a gamer? Nice to see you, my friend. Ricky's asking me if yellow candle has a dot and a label. Yeah. Look, yellow candle is a super strong signal. This is super strong sell signal. It's telling you It's not just a red dot. It's a sell trend signal. Remember, I've eliminated. I took away all the strategy stuff and I'm just trading dots themselves, but they are overlaid. So this is like it's a double signal on the structure. Just missed that target on gold. Let's see if gold can extend a little bit further. Where are we at? 406. 406 is the high, I think. So let's see if it can take out the high. So yeah, I mean, I'm fully aware that I'm buying the top, but it's it's a continuity signal. We have a red dot followed by a green dot. That's a continuity signal. We're trading it. Biggest mistakes I made over the last couple of days has been not taking every continuity signal. You don't need to, Jean-Paul, you don't need to use wealth charts. Wealth charts is only for those people that want to use it. I'm just trading with wealth charts to show people how, for those people who are interested in wealth charts, we're going to, as I said to you, in lives, we're going to do 2 days wealth charts, 2 days trading view. So because, it's part of the Apex platform. Apex and wealth charts are both partners of ours. I'm showcasing it. It's a great platform. It has a lot of advantages over trading view. So if you want to, as I said, Jean-Paul, if you want the wealth charts program, you simply enroll yourself in here, and I will give you credit. You can go buy some wealth charts accounts. You can get up to 3 $50,000 accounts. Oops, sorry, I just screwed this up. Okay, here's the link. I just posted the link to everybody. You guys want this deal? This is the best deal. This is 6 months of everything we do, plus the wealth charts, plus 3 free prop accounts, which is really going to be very handy, by the way, when I give you 3 prop accounts on the coaching side, because it's really going to come in handy as to my whole new approach of getting these prop tests passed properly, which is very, very cool. But as you can see, wealth charts is got a lot of interesting advantages over TradingView in a sense that it's a truly fully integrated program. You get trading and charting in the same web-based space. You can go multiple accounts, and you could even go multiple. I could duplicate this, and we could just for shits and giggles. Just let me see if I can do this. Hang on a second. Let me see if I can do this. Duplicate. So I'm going to load in here, right? And Apex 78, log in. But in this chart, like I can actually change this to MES. June. So, like GFOS and somebody else who wants to trade S&P, I could actually trade S&P similarly as I do this. Oh, looks like my gold is not going to work. I'm going to get tagged out on my gold. Yeah, I'm going to get stopped out on my gold because it finally turned at that 405 level. Now, okay, this is the do as I say, not as I do part of our show. This is a big turn at this 405 level. I'm going to wait. If this red candle holds, I'm actually going to flip the position. Even though I don't have 3 red reversal candles, I'm going to flip the position because I think this looks a little bit like profit taking. It's just me fucking around on very, very small size. But I got to have this red candle hold. If this is just simply a flush and run, we're just going to leave it alone. It looks like it is a flush and run. Wow. Look at that. It flushed me out and came right back. Oh, I love gold so much. What a piece of shit product this is. Ugh. Look at that. Flush and buy. Anyways, let's stay patient here. Because if this stays red, I'm gonna just short this a little bit more to the other side, using the highs as my natural move. GFOS says BFF was on fire in ES. I'm sure it was. It was on fire in NQ as well. It was straight up clean trade. Ooh, I'm watching and only one red dot here. Wow, look at gold. Gold just totally flipped me around. Unbelievable. What a flush. All right, I'm gonna sell it just for fun. Okay. I'm going to put myself to this limit. Let's see if I can recover some of this move. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. Hit me, hit me, hit me, hit me, hit me, hit me, hit me. I'm going to stay on, obviously, this buy stop. Did we hit? Oh, I got hit. Okay, I was like, did it hit me? So I recovered my flush because I felt this was going to be a turn. So now let's watch this, because now I am going to, if this thing stays red, well, I'm having my Don Quixote moment with gold here, because I'm an inveterate turn picker. But if I'm going to pick a turn, I'm going to pick it at around 405 when we've had huge massive moves, and there's at least compelling reason for why you want to have some profit taking going on here. 54 seconds left. Not even a red dot candle, frankly, guys. This is just me, joking around. But I will play with this. Even though, the smart trade is just to do nothing, right? But small size, since I don't really trade gold with you in Trade Evade, I wanted to get a little bit more active here in Wealth Charts, where I have the second account. Let's see if this holds 13, 14 seconds. All right, I sold this. Let's get over here. Let's see if it comes in. A little bit of continuity. I'm staying like right above here around the highs. And come on, hit me. All right, I'm gonna have to flatten. No, we're not gonna have to flatten. All right. So again, this is the do as I say, not as I do part of the show. I just, I took this trade because it was pretty clear that there was a little bit of profit taking going on. But two things I did that you notice right away. I didn't screw around with trying to get greedy and trying to extract as much. I knew there was going to be some continuity, but just a minimal amount of continuity to give me a P&L. This could easily just, flushed and ran back up. So stupid, dangerous trade to do, but I did it in small size. I'm just, P&Ling myself a little bit here. This is the second account, right? Which I've done. NASDAQ, I got nothing going on here. I'm looking for oh, no. I take it back. I missed the turn trade. NASDAQ actually has a 1, 2, 3 green trade, which we should have taken to the long side. That would have been a classic turn trade, but I missed it. And now we're not going to do anything. Now we're just going to watch it and see what NASDAQ wants to do. Because although everybody now maybe is in this sort of like, oh, we're reversing. The really intelligent trade is to wait patiently for us to get the red signal, because remember, we're still negative trend on NASDAQ, and if this is just a short covering rally, we're going to get a red signal on there. That should give us a very decent ability to get short. If this thing is truly a V-shaped recovery, it's going to blow all the way up to the moving average, and we're going to just watch it very carefully, have a good time with it. How can you build the ultimate revenge trading indicator? You shouldn't do that. Why would you do that? If you use the ultimate revenge is the ultimate loss, right? The whole idea is not to get into revenge. The whole idea is to win without revenge, right? Win effortlessly. So let's do a little bit of where am I? Hold on a second. Am I not logged in properly here? Why can't I see my? Hold on just one second, guys. I'm looking. Oh, that's right. Oh, here we go. I was like, I couldn't find my my comments over here. Gold is bid, Briars 1 to 34 stops in spot price. Yeah, maybe they do. Anyways, reversals in NAS, a little bit of profit taking in gold. Neither one of those is a trade for us right now, so we're just going to watch it very carefully. Good time for us to do a little bit of a poll, right? Here's what I want to do. Have you ever traded U.S. futures? I'm just curious how many people here in the room have never traded either stock index futures or gold futures on the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. We are using my friends at Apex, which I'm going to put the link in here. This is if you've never traded U.S. futures and want to do so without risking any of your own money. That's true. You can trade in a totally real market environment, real prices, real quotes, real possibility to earn income without ever risking anything more than just your entrance fee for a prop test. Right then and there, obviously, use our link because that gives you the single biggest saving you possibly can get. But if you have never traded and want to learn, by far the easiest, cheapest, most interesting and valuable way for you to learn is doing it this way. Good morning, Christopher. So I just put the Apex link in there. I'm just curious, how many people here are familiar with FUTs versus how many people are not. There's probably a lot of people, a lot of Europeans, a lot of Asians have never traded U.S. stock index futures. For those of you who've traded CFDs, just letting you know, all the prices that you're trading actually coming from stock index futures. This is where all the prices are generated from. This is where the actual markets are. CFDs are just simply derivatives. They are reflections of the actual market, which is the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, the biggest derivative market in the world. And look at these reversals, guys. Nice V shapes, right? Now, could we have made money on the V shape? Of course, but that's not our trade. That's not what we do. Here's what's interesting. I want to go this full screen on gold. I'm trying to find the only problem with these things is that I can't see the this one doesn't have a red dot. I can't tell if this one doesn't have a red dot. Wow. We have 3 red candles, but no red dots here because this is the first red dot that is showing. Just because we didn't have enough momentum. So this is kind of a unique, interesting reversal. I took it, here because I think, hang on a second. I think I can actually, let me do chart. Is it configured chart? Trying to remember where the show. I forgot the past trades where that is. I have to go find it. All right, it doesn't matter. So I'm watching gold, seeing how the gold is obviously positive bid. Profit taking down to the 95s, right? Tested the 3400s. Now let's see if if the buyers continue to keep it bid, or if this was the exhaust wave for the time being. In the meantime, Nasdaq really reversing strong here. Let's go full chart on Nas. Nas was a 1, 2, 3 trade from here. This would have been our reversal signal. Now we really don't. Now our discipline just simply doesn't allow us to take any more trades until we get the following: either the whole instrument goes positive trend, which may be a couple of more bars because the blue has to cross over the red, or it exhausts itself at the 200 SMA, and we start printing red dots. Once we start printing red dots, that's going to give us a reverse, a trend signal to the downside. If we can take that as well. But until we get one or the other, we got nothing going on here. Oh, gold. Let's have fun with gold. All right. This is a big buy. Let me show you what we're doing. So gold is obviously positive bid. This is, if I'm wrong, I'm gonna eat a big loss here, but it is what it is. I'm positive bid, green green dot on the trade here. Let's see if I get just a little bit of continuity on gold for an upside move. One of the cool things you notice, by the way, about how wealth charts is I don't have to worry about changing accounts. I don't have to. Everything is preset for me. Obviously, the stops and targets are all right here. It's all preset. It's all saved in my little thing, and it just makes it so. It's basically point and click right to the target. Where I'm up a buck. Let's go flatten it out. We take $30 out of this trade. Nice. I could have taken a little bit more, but again, waiting patiently. Not executing the best possible way. I could have made more money. I could have held longer, but it's not the point. The point is I'm executing to plan, which is the most important thing. And the plan is we always trade trend, especially when we have strong trend, if given that chance. And then we wait patiently for a true counter trend signal if we're going to trade that. And other than that, we just sit back on our fingers and not do anything, because that's the best way to capitalize on all these trades, right? So, there you go. That was a nice clean clip for about $30. Oh, lots of comments here. Okay. Lots of comments. Yeah. XNext trades on CFDs. I understand. In New York session, we trade futures. So I'm just trying to sort of show you, Enzo's trading 6 funded accounts and TradeAway using group trading. Can I trade them in wealth charts using? And again, it's an advanced subject. We're probably going to tackle this in about a month, because I'm trying to get everybody just to trade one at a time. But wealth charts has a built-in free trade copier, so you could replicate all your trades with one single click, right? I move 2 ways on trade copy. We can have that conversation in coaching about whether it's good or bad. I think it's good for part of your portfolio. I think it's not a good idea to do it all the way through. But the very fact that wealth charts has free trade copying is really, really valuable. Is there a way BFF to chart that you can share with us? All you got to do is there's this little save icon over here. You see this over here where I'm at. If you were to hit that, this whole layout will be saved. Right? I will export, the layout that I have and share that with you guys in coaching, when we do this. Are you using wealth charts? Yes, my friend. See what it says? Wealth charts right here. So this is a good example of why, what I consider to be good BFF scalping tactics. We had a big candle, right? Recovery candle. I knew there was going to be some continuity, but I really, didn't know how much there was. There was a lot of risk on this candle, right? So there was I think 30, 40 points on the candle. I forgot what it was. And so the intelligent thing to do was to take a short target, which is what I did. I put a short target on here, got myself out, P&L'd, and now just waiting for the for the next setup to happen. There's 2 kind of ways you could have gone here. You could have said, oh, this is a really big risk. I don't necessarily want to take that risk, because if I'm wrong, it's going to be for minus 40 points. It's going to be a big recovery factor, which is totally legitimate. Or you could have said, I'm going to take it, but with a short target, and just see if I could convert that into a quick P&L. Regardless, the most important point is that you had some chance at continuity, which is all you can do. I mean, we're trading continuity all day long, and all we're looking for is a better than 50% chance that we have continuity. And of course, with BFF, it's literally like a 70 to 80% chance that it's going to give us a continuity signal if we follow the signals properly. So here's interesting. We are $1.01 on NASDAQ over here. And by the way, guys, I'm going to also teach myself, like, for example, I know everything in wealth charts is configurable, including the size of these numbers and everything else, which I believe is on the it's on the configured chart. I'm just curious. Chart preferences, window text color, trade offset. Where's the trade lifestyle, trading themes? I know you could change font size, but I got to go find it. Ooh, short. Sell. Oh, damn it. Sorry, guys. Fly, sell. Oh. All right. I'm a little bit late on this trade. Let's see if this is going to work. So remember I told you the thing was to wait for was it's negative trend. We've had this big, reversal rally, but if we get a red signal, it's going to be a good short signal. Sorry, I'm fucking around with the platform and not paying attention to trades. Let's see if I can get this done. Come on. Yeah. I should have been in here. This would have already been done. It's bad execution on my part. Sorry about that. I should really take this trade out. Okay. Now it's going to be a long battle. This thing could go all the way back against me, and I'll have to eat the whole play. Just bad execution on my part because I was fucking around with a platform. I'm sorry about that, guys. Let's see if this plays itself out. Meantime, gold, fresh buy signal over here, which is legit. Like, this is definitely going to be a buy signal because the high is above this current high, and it's 38 seconds. And we're going to take that signal because that means it's actually going through fresh highs, trying to bust out, trying to bust the move to the upside. 28 seconds. I'm waiting for this thing to close. To make sure that I get the signal. On the other hand, NASDAQ actually got done. You saw that short get done. So that was good. That actually I just had to wait a little bit patiently. 6-7 seconds left. 3, 2, 4, 1, buy. All right, we're long this thing. You see now it pops up the green tango. We're going to put this over here. Stop is underneath here. All right, let's see if gold is going to give me continuity, or if gold is going to yank my chain again. Gold is a really tough trade. Nope. By the way, that's very much a characteristic of gold, is that it's very, very. It's not like NASDAQ where you get this beautiful clean continuity, and in many ways, the bigger the candle in gold, like in other words, if you get a small candle with a green dot, those are really great signals. You get a large candle, it's almost inevitable that it retraces out for you. To really survive this trade properly, I probably have to put my stop like underneath here. And even then, it could tag you and then come back up because this is just notorious for double topping and doing this bullshit. Because it's not nearly as liquid an instrument as NASDAQ is. So every burst of buying is going to be met with a burst of selling. In the meantime, look at NASDAQ. NASDAQ really, really reversed strongly to the downside. Wow, we could have made a lot more money on NASDAQ, but it is what it is. So just waiting with gold to see that. Right click, configure chart. Chris, in order to have this indicator in wealth charts, you need to have this enabled. In order to have this enabled, you have to be part of the of this deal, which I'm just going to put up here one more time. You need this. You need to be a member of that deal. And if you are a member of that deal and you haven't been enabled, then just email me and we'll take care of you. Oh, great question. So Rick is asking a really, really good question. He's saying if the green dot closes at the end of the candle, and we like to do these kind of probative trades, that is, half a position before the candle closes. How do you do it? You actually have to do it by your eyesight. Like, in other words, you kind of have to anticipate. If you know if it's above the high or below the low at this point, fucking gold is gonna just totally double top at this move. It is what it is. All right. I hate this fucking instrument. I know you guys make me trade it. Fucking die 1,000 deaths, you piece of shit. I hate this instrument, especially in North America. But I will trade it with you because this is what you guys want to do. I definitely will trade it with you in Asia. In Asia, it's gold. In North America, it's just one chop after the other. But it doesn't matter. I'm gonna trade every setup in this instrument because that's exactly why I have the second account, so that it doesn't pollute my my nice trading in Nasdaq. But anyways, so what I was going to say is you kind of have to anticipate it, Rick. There's no other way. You have to imagine, okay, this looks like it's breaking out. It's a breakout bar. I'm going to take half a position, and then if it's confirmed, I'm going to go in there on the trade. Or the one advantage of it, I was thinking about this, is that the very fact that it makes you wait to the end, you don't do early trades. It keeps you from doing trades that are too early to come in. Depends on the style that you like to trade, but it's not like you can't do it. You just have to adjust. Nice job on the NAS shorts. NAS shorts are just, we don't have any signals right now because we only take the first signal, and this is just a continuity short trade here in NAS. We'll have to wait for a pause and reset on the NAS side. In the meantime, I'm almost certain. Now, here's the interesting thing. Gold double topped at this level, right? Now, if this thing goes negative, if this thing stops me out, honestly, I don't even want to tangle with this thing. Fuck it. I'm so annoyed at gold. I don't want to trade it. It's such a piece of shit product. I don't know how you guys like trading it. I like trading it like once or twice in a session, and that's it. But trading it like on a scalp basis, Nasdaq is so much better. G5 says that it makes him nervous to go around the highs of the day, lows of the day. Yeah, there's always that. You always, the highs of the day, lows of the day are either going to be double tops or breakouts, and that's just the nature of the beast. But just my issue with gold is it's almost always stops out, then goes for a second burst back out. It's like so much more manipulated than Nasdaq, and I have to get used to that manipulation. I have to get used to not basically either just eating these these retrace trades and then coming back when you get the real signal with size, or just not taking the first bite. It's hard. It's a lot harder to read that price action than you do with Nasdaq, where there's far less one step forward, two steps backwards. You get some continuity in Nasdaq pretty much always. With gold, you get a lot. You get a lot of fake outs. I still think it's a great long-term trade. It's a piece of shit scalping instrument. Okay. So you want to, when you're swinging like you are for 20, 30 points, yes, absolutely. Great instrument. For what I do, I fucking hate it. But you guys make me trade it, so I trade it. I never traded my own account. Never, except in Asia. Or I will show you in coaching what I do with it. There's actually one trick that you can do with it that's really, really cool. That's how I got these accounts up so fast last night. But I'll save that for coaching. I had 3 dots down. I don't have 3 dots down. I have 1, 2. This is not a third dot, right? 1, 2, no third dots on gold. Now, if gold stops me out, that's going to put me into a 3 dots down. No, actually, it's not even 3 dots down. Sorry, guys, you're all missing it. There's a green dot here. There's only 1 red dot of gold. Let me go big, and you can actually see it. You see that? So we really don't have like the 3 dot continuity reversal trade. What we have is just a lot of people holding up around the chop around the 34 to 34.05. It does look a little heavy. I mean, if I'm just looking at this from price action, where would I want to be? I'd want to be short here. I don't want to be short because I think it's kind of presses low. I'm gonna flatten out of this position. And if this gives me a third red, now it's a second red, red dot. Now it gives me a third red dot. So this is going to be a really good test of what I preached yesterday, which is it's much better to be late than to be early. Meaning that when you get the 3 red dots, that's a legitimate reversal signal, and that means there's probably more behind it than just these 3. This short sell off of a burst. So watching this very carefully. What time is it? How much we got? $1.25. So it's still got a long time to go, like a minute and a half. But if this, if this does give me a third dot, I'm going to go short on this with conviction, because this is a true reversal pattern in gold. No, I don't. I don't think so, Chris. I think you misunderstood me, Chris. As I said, just email me, Chris, and we can talk about the wealth charts deal. Yep. Big fight around this. So what do we got? 27 seconds. Let's focus on the technique here. This candle needs to close below the low over here to give me a third red dot. That would give me a clean reversal signal. The stop would be at the prior high over here, and we'd be targeting somewhere around here. So let's see if this stays. Now this has got to stay this way until this candle completes. We don't have a 3 dot sequence, and it may not, and we don't. You see how gold teases you and then comes back out. It's a lot of teasing. Now you'd have to come back all the way down through here, through this low over here, in order for us to have a legitimate reversal signal. And this is the reason why we don't take the trade. You see, you basically would have sold the bottom here. Now it actually prints another. It would print another positive green candle here if this completes. So total reversal. Like I told you, gold is just notorious for fucking with you. But having said this is not a bad buy signal at this point, because it's not a big candle. It's a pretty clean reversal. It's a higher low. It's all things that are showing us that buyers. There's definitely buyers underneath 3,400, right? And they want to see if they want to make another run higher. There's really a big battle here between the sellers above and the buyers below. Got a minute to go before we can see how this candle resolves, but that's going to make it very, very interesting. Tom, I think I'm going to do wealth charts trading next week on this, because I'm going to do coaching this week. There's a lot of stuff I want to discuss in coaching. But when I do wealth charts, I will email everybody on the training. Get that gold off the chart. No. This is a pretty good signal. This is like a legit, nice, clean gold signal. We've got 12 seconds left. So here's what I would do, Rick. Probative trade in for 2. If this thing closes, obviously it's going to close. I'm going to add to the position, and then we'll see if this thing is going to work. Add to the position, right? So now we want to go over here, sell over here. This is my targets. right? And stops are pretty much underneath the lows over here. And oh, I hate you so much. I hate you so much. Okay, it's fine. If it reverses, this it was a legitimate trade. Is this is just the usual shit that gold is going to do for us in North America. This is why I don't trade gold in North America. But the cool thing, first of all, I'm trading small. Secondly, you notice this is in a separate account. This is the great thing about wealth charts. You can just put it into your shit account and let it do its thing, and then focus on trying to make money out of NASDAQ, which is what I try and do on the scalping side. No signals on the NASDAQ here. Actually, I missed the NASDAQ trade here because we're so focused on gold, but it's fine. Let's see if we get what happens in NAS over here. NAS is kind of negative trend, but trying to build a bottom here. Maybe we get three green dots up. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, I have no patience, Sweetwater. That's why gold works for me in Asia, but doesn't work for me here. And again, this goes back to we talked about the idea of know your strengths, know what you like to do, right? All right, gold is recovering a little bit. I'm leaving my limits over there. Let's see if we can get a rally back up. But you could really see how there's just a battle between the bulls and the bears there, and they're just flushing each other up and down all day long here. It's just who can. It's basically the trade in gold is who can stop each other out faster. It's like a game of stops versus a Game of Thrones. That's what it is. It's a game of stops. Maybe I should make that a new song also, like a theme of Game of Stops versus Game of Thrones. All right, you know what I'm going to do? 40 on gold, good enough. That was good enough. I took the flat. Actually, it was about 45. We cleaned up on gold. Still kind of not a great performance on there. The NASDAQ is all good, and actually, I should focus on doing better size, bigger size. Today, I'm doing very very small size with you guys, just to put the toe in the water, get you and understand how the platform works, get a feel for how it's doing. It's pretty good, and we also don't have any legitimate signals here in NASDAQ. Gold eventually does hit my target, but I took myself out like maybe 3 ticks before the target. So yes, this did work after just nearly flushing us out. But this was as I said to you, a legitimate trade, and it did legitimately trend. The only true trade that really blew us out was buying the top over here, right? It's like in a way, buying gold underneath the moving average is a much better deal. That's actually a really interesting trick to. It's a very interesting trick to appreciate that all the really good trades in gold were from below the moving average to above. When you're buying them above the moving average at the highs, you're buying. See, look at this. This was this was okay, but this trade, which was above the moving average, was too high. Very interesting. Very interesting to know. All right, that's a good trick to know. You very rich. I'm very rigid about never moving stops. But what if you're 2-3 ticks from profit? I take it. Like there's no, it's not a religious thing. If you're 2-3 ticks from profit, and you're pretty much where you need to be. The whole game, the whole idea of scalping is we take profits. That's the whole point. The name of the game is take profits. You take profits, take profits, take profits, and hopefully take profits at twice the size when you're right. And try to avoid as many, try to minimize your losses, by making as few dumb trades as possible. That's really all it is. That's all we do. So I don't have any issue, taking profits early. It's fine. Watching Nas over here, trying to figure out what's the story with Nas today. Not much of a, pretty much of a downtrend all the way down, right? Really haven't done anything. This wave, this counter wave died out. Let's see what this counter wave was to do. This would be a second gold dot. We need a third one to really give us confidence that this is a reversal. So some thoughts about, if you're new, why I like to scalp. And this is obviously strictly my own thing. You don't have to like it. You don't have to accept it. But, hopefully you'll appreciate some of its attractions. Scalping is a art because the positives of scalping are like numerous. Number one, as you can see, all my losses are tiny, right? I'm not losing a couple of $100, $500, $600 per trade. It's 50, 60 bucks. So therefore my recovery can be very, very fast. Having a fast recovery is the single most important part of good trading. Number two, you really don't have to trade any specific time of the day. The opportunities in scalping are almost continuous throughout the 23 hours that futures trade live, which gives you enormous amount of ability to just come to the screen. As long as you have the tool, as long as you have the VFF tool, as long as you have the rules, you're good to go. Speaking of which, by the way, all the rules and everything else can be, for everybody who's new in the room today, who said hello to me. This is the link you need to have. It's a free link. Just come join us. Within there are two free courses. One is a day trading course. The other one is the FX course. If you like trade FX, Kathy trades FX. She explains her whole system there. If you like to day trade, I explain all of my day trading in this course. It's recorded in 4K, so you can watch it, full screen, really, really sharp. I show you every setup that you have. So it's really, really cool that way. So GFA says there's dots on the ES. Where's the ES? One. This is third dot. You're right. Oh, you're right. ES was a third dot. Yeah. I should be trading ES here instead of gold. You're right. That was a good trade. So flexibility of time, small size, really, really small risk, and you don't really need a big market movements. And more importantly, you don't even need the market to be in one direction or the other in a big way. We make our money on these, small, tight moves. But what it does do is, because we have a great tool, it's a tool that can forecast with a 70 to 80% accuracy the continuity of the movement. There's nothing complicated about it. It's really based upon, was it Newton? Is it the basic law of physics? Object in motion tends to remain in motion, right? That unless it's counteracted by a force, it tends to go forward. It's the same thing. It's the same thing in human behavior and prices. If they keep buying it on a momentum, they tend to keep buying it further. And if they keep selling it, they tend to keep selling it further. Our assumption is that if we see momentum sell, that there'll be some continuity to that side. If we see momentum buy, there'll be continuity to that side. Which one is which is contingent on all these rules that we have in BFF. Like this is right now a reversal buy. Oops, I got to go buy. And I'm long NASDAQ on this. and we're going to go right over here. Let's see if we can get that reversal moved up here. Let's see if it's going to do us. Come on. There we go. And see how fast that was? Now, I acted instinctually, not because, I have good instincts, but because I know my strategy, and the strategy is all pre-programmed to give me the signal. Once I have that signal, I don't have to think about it. Everything, it was so fast that I when it's this fast, one of the interesting things you may see is that I use my take profits first. I adjust my take profits because I'm much less worried about it slipping against me. I still have a terminal stop. As you can see, every single trade has a general take profit and a general take stop, so that if worse comes to worse and it just falls flat, I'm always going to have a protective stop to get out. But in this kind of situations where you have fast moves, it's much more important to manage your target, because sometimes it will just pop and then come back down. Could this be a move all the way up for the next 20, 30 points? It could. And there are guys in my room who take this approach and trade it in a much more different format. They'll take a look at this and they'll say, I'm going to put a stop over here. I'm going to basically assume this is a big reversal move. In fact, there are several strategies embedded into this indicator that give you these big reversal move potentials for 50, 100-point moves. All of that is part of the course. I don't teach it here because that's not what I do. I do what is most comfortable for me, because that makes it easy for me to show you good trades. So you can watch me live. You can get a flavor of all the possibilities of how you can trade this. But by no means is this the only way to trade this. Sweetwater, who trades gold, trades completely differently from me, and he's trading for 10, 15 points in gold sometimes, which is 100 times, 1,000 times more than what I do in terms of my scalps. But to each his own, right? Really interesting. I have no idea, Joe. I honestly have no idea. I posted this the other day. People desperately try to predict the future everywhere, including myself. When I'm my whole job on CNBC is to try to predict the future when I go on CNBC, right? I actually do a relatively decent job of it because I sort of very objective about. I don't have any positions in the stocks that we trade, so I'm pretty usually good at picking them. But I find the whole exercise of trying to forecast the future, and I listen to a ton of podcasts everywhere else. At this point, I used to be like, oh, this is really interesting. The guy's got a really interesting macro point of view. He's so smart, yeah, he's absolutely right. And then I realized how many of those guys, even when they were intelligent, did not get the macro story correctly. If you sort of like listen to podcasts for 3 or 4 years, you realize just how difficult it is to forecast the future. And I just basically realized it's unproductive. It's like forecasting the weather. I always make this analogy. The reason why I scalp is because I'm pretty confident it's a shitty day in New York right now. It's overcast. The probability that it's going to rain forward, pretty high, right? So if somebody's going to say to me in an hour, is the sky going to be sunny and 85 degrees? I'm going to say no, right? And I'm going to have a lot of confidence in that projection. It's going to be very rare that I'll be wrong this way. But if you ask me 2 days from now, is it going to be 85 and sunny? I don't have a fucking clue, right? And neither does anybody else, and neither does the market, which is a complex system, just as is the weather. In any type of complex systems, the interactions of all the agents make it almost impossible to forecast with any accuracy the future of the system. So that's sort of like my view on that's why I like scalping so much. Resistance on gold. Let's go look at gold. You guys really want me to look at gold, right? Even though I fucking hate this product. Yeah, almost. We got 1, 2. I mean, gold is a legitimate turn prospect here. We get 3 red dots in a row. That's a legitimate turn prospect. Let's see if it turns. I mean, clearly, this 306. This is the third 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times we kind of touched this level and started to come off of it. Right. Now let's watch this. I'll watch it with you. If it gives me a red dot, I'll short it. Immerse got it. Thank you, Nico. Nico, where are you located, man? And what the fuck? Who did he pay off to get the vote? It's interesting. And first of all, I thought they weren't going to do this on Tuesday. Are you in Germany or are you close by? Oh, you're in Munich. Oh, no wonder you have the best information. Okay, all right. So that's a little bit of a relief rally. Maybe they'll give a little bit of relief rally to risk. Maybe a little bit of profit taking to gold. We'll see. I'm so jealous. There are two countries I really, really want to see: Greece and Germany. I've been to Berlin Airport, in and out. That's it. Like having a pretzel in Berlin Airport is hardly my experience for Germany. And never been to Athens. And Kay and I are going to Cyprus for like a IFX business conference in June. I get a 2-hour layover in Athens and a 2-hour layover in I think Frankfurt or Munich, either way. So joy or joy, I never get to see the countries I want to see. I'll have to go make the trips again. Watching for the red dot, guys, because this could be an interesting little reversal in gold if it gives it to us. Yep, I will. Oh, Evgeny, sorry, I missed your comment. It's an interesting comment. He says he only sets take profits and close trade on candle close only. Sometime I have troubles. I have so many mixed feelings about this comment from Evgeny. Oh, let's watch gold. We got 52 seconds. This is definitely going to be a red candle. So this is a very dangerous play that he makes, and I totally appreciate what he does. It makes a lot of sense because it keeps you from the flush out, where you get flushed out and the price comes back. Because what he's saying is, I will only stop myself out on the close of the candle. So if let's say I have a mental stop at 395 gold, price goes through 395, but then hasn't closed there yet, and it closes at 396. So if it closes 396, I still stay in the trade and just watch it. So there's two problems with this trade. I'm watching gold here. There we go. Sell. Okay, we sold market. You know what I like about wealth charts? The other thing that I really like about wealth charts, I'll tell you this, because this happens to me on TradeAvate all the time. TradeAvate is so super sensitive to clicks that when you hit sell market of this double, I'll get it. Sometimes I'll get 2 or 3 times the position size because it's like it feels my my clicks a little too far. The cool thing about wealth charts is like this is the size, boom. That's all it's going to give you, which is I like the fact that it's not going to oversell you or overbuy you. All right, I want to be second candle. This is the sell candle. I want to be the candle above it. That's my stop. Let's see if I get any kind of continuity reversal on gold here on this target. Anyways, I lost my train of thought. What was I talking about? We're going to get done. Oh, Evgeny's comment about not putting a stop in and doing a mental stop. So there's 2 problems with that approach. Sorry, I'm watching the screen, guys. So all right, whatever. Fuck it. I'm not going to watch the screen. There's 2 problems with that approach. One is obviously you could get a viciously bad move. Like in any given time, something could happen where it just continues to go down. You're without a stop. You turn a 10-point loss into a 50-point loss because of a sweep. Now that's unusual. That's a 1 out of a couple of 100 incidents type of trade. Maybe you willing to take that risk. Up to you. But the second problem with that approach is it's very mentally taxing because you cannot leave your screen. You cannot take your eyes off the screen for any second because you are flying naked. You don't have a stop in place, right? So if I was going to do that, Evgeny, I would probably have an emergency stop 20 points below, something absurd, not just below the candle low, but maybe 2 times the candle size. So at very minimum, you have like a massive stop underneath there that kind of protects you against those 2 case scenarios. And also you have to watch it super, super carefully. But yeah, I mean, I understand and I appreciate how those things work. And it's certainly possible. Gold apparently just barely touched the trade, but didn't quite make my target. So I'll have to just be patient here. Do you think it's a Besson bounce? Did Besson say anything right now on the news? Let's see what Financial Juice has to say today. Is there any Oh, Besson says Q1 expected to be revised upwards. Okay. All right, fair enough. Where are we on NASDAQ? Okay, let's. We're in gold. Oh, NASDAQ broke out. NASDAQ really did bounce. You guys are right. Look at that NASDAQ move. Holy cow, that was a really good move on NASDAQ. I did not take this because I'm so obsessed with gold. This is what happens, guys. See, you make me. I think I'm gonna just fucking. Tomorrow. There's be no gold. I'm just gonna take gold off. Although tomorrow is gonna be FOMC day. Tomorrow we should really, honestly, is tomorrow. I actually think we probably shouldn't trade in the morning. I wonder if I could make time tomorrow. Let me see. You know what, guys? We're not going to trade. I'm not going to trade tomorrow in the morning. We're going to trade FOMC at 2:00. I think it's a much better deal, because that's when we get the movement. That's when we get everything done. So it's just a waste of time. Tom is having a good time in NQ. Yes, Nico, who sits in Munich, already told us that. That's really nice. Thank you. Yeah, so I think tomorrow a little bit of change of pace. We're going to try and trade. Where's my gold? Oh, gold got done. We got done on gold. See, this is always the case. If I don't look at the chart, it's always going to get done. If I look at the chart, it never gets done. So the continuity in gold did work nicely. I recovered that piece of crap product, and we're good to go. We had a relatively good day on this account, and definitely a good day on this one. Although I could have had a much better day on this account if I just focused on NASDAQ instead of trading gold with you guys. But it doesn't matter. This isn't about me trading gold or me trading NASDAQ today, or even these accounts. It's about just sort of seeing all the possibilities of the Wealth Charts program, of the Wealth Charts platform, how cool it is to have 2 separate accounts, 2 separate charts, doing lots of different stuff that hopefully gives you lots of flexibility. And also, I really love the precision of execution here. Like I'm not double or triple selling here due to my fat twitchy fingers. Did I not tell you, by the way, this was going to be a turn? This was so fucking obvious, right? Like, this is the great thing about BFF. I do know my indicator, and I do know how good it is. So you saw this perpetual, a hold above. But this is what I mean about it's so much better to be late than to be early. Instead of trying to pick tops, you can wait till the third signal, and you had plenty of room to to make it down. In fact, if you've really fully worked it from 340, it was like 6 points worth of movement. That was a really big move, right? So that's really cool about that. And then of course, the reversal on NAS is also quite good. Plenty of trades to go, guys. We have full day to go. Lots of interesting opportunities. NASDAQ turns positive bits, so now we're going to be start looking at green dots on NASDAQ. Interesting to see if gold actually collapses below 3,400, which sometimes it does. Remember, Asia takes it up, New York takes it down, so could very well be the case. In either case, let's do 2:00 tomorrow. We're going to trade. We'll trade everything. But I have to figure out what I want to do is I got to figure out. I think I can do this because we can stream. I can stream Jerome live tomorrow and go back to the charts through StreamYard. So I'm going to do this tomorrow. But we're not going to do a morning trade. We're going to do the FOMC trade because it's a much more interesting time for us to trade. Okay. All right. I hope you guys had a great time. Everybody who's new, absolutely go out there and join us right over here. And everybody who wants my deal, here's the deal. I'm going to do coaching on Thursday. I promise you, I'm going to blow your mind with this new approach to passing props. Completely radically interesting approach. It'll be interesting to see if you guys agree with me or not. But it's the approach I'm using myself, and I really like it. And I'll explain to you what I'm doing. All right, guys. Everybody have a wonderful day. I'll see everybody tomorrow for FOMC. Okay? Enjoy. Everybody take care. Bye-bye. Thank you, Miguel. Have a good day. Bye-bye, guys.